Hi, I'm Lara and this is tropetrinitytrilogy, Trilogy, and today I will be unboxing what I got from the Furever Home Friends Kickstarter run by Savvy, and I will also be reviewing what I got in here. To give you a bit of knowledge about this, Furever Home Friends is a small business owned by Savvy, my fellow author tuber, and I will link both her channel and the business down below. She writes books about the real stories of real rescue dogs and also makes matching stuffed animals for children to read and enjoy. So I think that's awesome. I got a combo of a specific story and stuffed animal, so I'm gonna unbox that for you and then I'm gonna read it off the thing and then tell you my thoughts about it. So off camera, not the thing. So let me open this. Also, I covered all the thing, but I wanted you to see that pretty stamp because I thought it looks pretty professional and also was cute. So I'm gonna, I really hope I don't accidentally cut the book or the stuffed animal, but it's a big box, so I think I got room. So she did a Kickstarter a couple months ago to get, or was it last month? I don't know how long ago it was. But the Kickstarter was to get stuffed animals for each of her books. So she succeeded. She was able to get all the stuffed animals for each book, which is awesome. And I was super excited to support her and glad that it succeeded. Because the thing about Kickstarter is if they don't succeed, then I do get to keep the money. So it's not like I lose money. But she doesn't get to make the thing and nothing happens. It's kind of just like nothing happened. But she succeeded through perseverance and good marketing. So yeah, oh my gosh, I can see the dog. I'm so terrible at opening this though. Obviously, I didn't pretend to open this on camera because I'm bad at this. Oh my gosh, the doggy is so cute. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. I didn't realize it had a collar because the photo's like this, so you kind of don't see it. There's a big purple collar. And so I picked this dog, Wrigley. I was stuck between Wrigley and Kringle, I think, and I decided to get Wrigley because he's fluffy and I thought his pink tongue was adorable. It was mostly the tongue. Oh my gosh, look at that tongue. It's so cute. So, okay, oh, this is so cute. He has a big head. And this dog is all black, so I'm not sure how easy it is to see the details of him. I'll angle it to try to get the light, but he's so cute. Also, I would like to say that her making these did actually inspire me to make a stuffed animal like my cat, and I have a whole video about that, which I will also link below, which I also discussed the Kickstarter then. But it's so cute. Okay, and then, oh no, Wrigley, stop falling. I'll put you here right now. It's bigger than I thought. I didn't expect the stuffed animal to be so big. Oh my gosh, there's a little letter. Look at that. Hey Laura, thank you for your order and supporting the Kickstarter. If you enjoy the book, please consider leaving a review on Amazon or Goodreads. Thanks, enjoy, Savvy and Chewy. Aw, Chewy's the first dog, that's her pet, so he has his sign on all the things. But this is so cute, and I definitely will review it first on YouTube and Goodreads and all that stuff. So I need to make sure to do it on Amazon. I always forget to review on Amazon. Oh, I got a free bookmark. A new series about shelter dogs and their journeys to adoption. 10% of profits benefit animal shelters. Visit us online at foreverhomefriends.com and at facebook.com/foreverhomefriends. Now available on Amazon. I didn't know these are on Amazon, but I love that watercolor there. It's so pretty. I also got a certificate of adoption for Wrigley. Birthday March 13th. Mixed breed. Date of adoption July 11th, 2019. So that's when I made the order. Belongs to Laura. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Oh, I got a certificate. Sit on it, Wrigley. Oh my gosh. There's so many more stuff in here. Okay, so here's her business card. She got the business card to match her after haircut. And then I got a little Wrigley sticker. I didn't know I got a sticker. That's so cute. Okay, and finally, the piece of resistance, which is what my whole thing is, tissue paper! Okay, no, I'm just kidding. The piece of resistance is the book. This is the book channel, of course. So this is the children's book, Just Me, Wrigley. And it's a Furever Home Friends story, written and illustrated by Savvy Leisure. Okay, I wasn't sure if she put her last name Savvy Leisure on it. I wasn't sure if it was like Cher and she just had one name. So now I know. So I'll read the synopsis on the back for you, and then I'm going to go read it off here and tell you my thoughts. Meet Wrigley. Wrigley loves to dance. She can shake... Oh, I thought Wrigley was a boy. I'm sorry, girl. Wrigley loves to dance. She can shake her tail all over the animal shelter. But for some people, Wrigley's rhythm isn't enough. Wrigley is a mutt. Nobody knows what breed she is. When people come to the shelter looking for Dalmatians and Labs and Schnauzers, I don't know dog breeds, Wrigley wonders when it will be her turn. Can Wrigley find the confidence to accept her mixed breed identity and dance her way into a forever home? So I think that's cute. This book is obviously meant to, along with being a story about a real dog, it's also meant to help educate kids about social issues and all that stuff. So I think this is a good message. Also, one thing I would like to add is that your purchase of this book helps animals in need. We donate 10% of all profits on Furever Home Friends books to animal shelters. So I think this is specifically the books, but if you do buy this book, 10% of the proceeds help animals, which honestly makes me feel really good about getting this. Also, I forgot to add, I wanted to wear a dog shirt for this video, but I realized the only shirt I have with a dog is my college shirt. And I didn't want to wear my college shirt because I don't like college that much. So I wore this shirt so I can be like Steve from Blue's Clues. And this is my Wrigley instead of Blue. So we're going to teach kids adventure. Okay, not really, but I like flapping the ears. Hope this is made in good quality. Yep, the head has not come off yet. Dog reviews. So also, I probably should talk about the stuffed animal. So I like what I see on the outside. It's pretty good quality. The paper feels pretty thick, so that's good for kids. It's not like thin Bible paper. But yeah, so Wrigley is also good quality. Very fluffy, very squishy head. But yeah, so I do like the stuffed animal, and I like how it matches the book. So that's cute. I will say that Wrigley isn't the softest pet I've had, but I do like it. And I love the idea of having stuffed animals to match the children's book. And pretty good stuffed animal, especially the tail. I think the tail and the tongue are the best parts. And the ears. Okay, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go read the book now, so see you in a bit. Oh, wait, I just didn't notice it's signed in it. To Laura, Just Be You, Savvy Leisure. That's so cute. It's signed. I got a signed copy. Boom! Done the book. So after reading this, I'd like to give my quick thoughts about it. To sum it up, it has a cool mixed media art style that has cute dogs in it that kids will love. The word choice and the way the text is written gives me the vibe that this is more of an upper level picture book. It's still a picture book, but it has some bigger words like ridiculous that I think, since the rest of it's written so simply, is actually a good way for the kids to learn these words. However, this isn't going to be the first book a kid reads on their own, but it probably is a good transition between picture books and chapter books, and I also think this is something that you could read to a small child at any age, and it'd be great for them. The next thing is that this story is a very simple but well written. It has a tragic backstory, a character arc, and a great fulfilling resolution. I think it's very well done, and the message in this book is very well written in a way that kids will learn from, but also it isn't preachy in telling them what to think. This book respects kids' intelligence, and it has a great message that, though it's about a dog, could easily be related to people and children themselves in a way that can help them deal with issues that they personally are dealing with. So the quick summary is, it has a cool art style with cute dogs, it has a great story and message that's very well written, and 10% of the proceeds help actual animals. So I honestly really like this book, and the fact that it has a matching stuffed animal to go with, I absolutely love. I love those books that kids can get, and I definitely think this would be a great book to get your kid, partially because it's cute and has a matching stuffed animal, but also because the story has a great message, and the fact that you're helping real animals through buying this book is a double good message, because you're actually helping the animals that this book is about. So by getting this, you can point out to your children that 10% of the proceeds go to help the actual dogs, and this makes you a good influence and teaches your kids to actively help animals as opposed to just reading about them. So not that every book needs to donate so much to charity. I'm just saying this is a great message and makes me want to read this book more. Anyway, I'm going to go in the more in-depth of the specific things, the positives and negatives I thought about this book, and I definitely think you should stick around even though I gave a quick summary. First, I'd like to go about the layout of this book. The layout of this story is pretty simple. It has text in boxes. I will say that it has more text than some other children's books. Some children's books only have like 5 words on a page. This one will have a couple paragraphs. It actually surprised me. This book is written in first-person point of view from Wrigley's perspective, which I'm not used to seeing. Part of it's in past tense when it's talking about the flashback, and then it goes to present tense telling Wrigley's story, which I think is really interesting. And the fact that it has dialogue written in the same way with a chapter book, I think that's a great way for kids to learn to read dialogue. So if you see it right here, I think that is a good way to introduce it to children without overwhelming them with too much. However, I think that goes into this book being an upper level picture book instead of an entry level picture book. But again, a kid of any age can have this read to them. This just wouldn't be the first book they read by themselves. Also, one thing I thought was interesting is the text boxes are constantly put in different things. So you can see this is literally just a pretty colorful text box, whereas in this one, it's in a thought bubble. And then there's another one that's on a radio. However, my only issue is there is one that I thought was formatted really creatively because it's on an actual document that's in the story. However, the font did get kind of small for that one, so I would recommend for most children books not to let this font get that small. However, again, this is an upper level children's book. I think a kid can read it. That's just my thing on the layout. But overall, the layout's really good. The pictures are all colorful and very interesting. They have a lot of layers of the different miscellaneous art style, and I really like that. So one thing is this book has a really unique mixed media art style that looks really cool that I have never seen in a children's book before. So to give you an example of a page that has it, the dog you can see is drawn on probably a computer. That's what he looks like. Then the background looks hand painted, and then the softball in this almost looks like photos or copies of scrapbook pages or cutout paper put together, and I think it looks really cool and neat. Also one thing I love is how the dogs are drawn. They're so cute, especially Wrigley. I really love this drawing specifically. The close-up, I think her eye looks so pretty with the light, and I love how her fur is stripes of different color. I think that looks really good, and it's very interesting. Instead of just having her be a plain black dog, she has so many colors in her, and I think this specific picture right here is absolutely beautiful. And again, one thing I'd like to point out is that the text in this is so creative. In some of the pages, the text is just in a box, but this one, since she's thinking it, it's in a thought bubble. And again, you can see the little cutout of paper and the little stamps. I think this looks really good. However, I do have several things I didn't particularly love about the art, which they're really small things. There's one spread that's a double spread where a character is split between pages, which I think should not be done in another book. It isn't the best. The second thing is that for 3 of the 23 characters drawn in this book, 3 of the pictures, it looked like the perspective of the character was a bit off. It was supposed to be like looking at the dog from the side, but you could see this part of the dog's chest and this part between the legs, so it was like the dog was weirdly bent like that to best explain it, which this is a obviously purposely unrealistic art style for kids, so I am being nitpicky. I don't think it really is that big a deal. I love this book. I love the art in it. I think it's really cute, but I like to name all the negatives in this book, and in every book, and there really aren't that many. So I gotta say something. Whatever. It's more honest if I say everything, and then you know when I say the good things, I really mean it. And then the other thing about this book is that I didn't really like how the people were drawn that much. I thought the dogs were really cute and adorable and well done, but the people weren't my favorite. However, I will say I actually showed some pictures of some of the pages to a friend and thought it was great. Didn't say anything negative. Loved the art style. Was like, the dogs are so cute. So I'm being overly nitpicky. Unless you're overly nitpicky when it comes to art like I am, and no one's gonna notice. Like, especially a kid. A kid's not gonna look at this and be like, that dog's perspective is off, which also is an art, which can be done purposely for art, so it might have been done for that. I just personally am not the biggest fan of that in general, but overall I love the mixed media style. And another thing I really love about this entire book series is that so far each book is done by a different artist. I think that's so cool, seeing the different styles, and that honestly makes me want to get all the books more, just so I can collect the different artists' work and see almost a different art from each artist. Now, if Savvy does the art for another book, I'd be super excited to see that too, to see how her art has changed and evolved, and I really like in this one, so of course I want to see it. One of my favorite things about this art and how it's different for each book is that the art in this book feels like what Wrigley would draw. She's goofy, likes to dance, quirky, so of course she would do a mixed media art style where it's very cartoony with the pretty colors in her fur. And like, I get the vibe that if Wrigley was gonna make pages in a book, she would make them like this. She would do the art like this. And I think that's another appeal I have of this, is that this book is written in first person point of view. So if the words are from her point of view, maybe the art is from her point of view too. And I think it's really cool how the art's different for each dog's story. And I don't know, I just like it. That's my headcanon for this book, that Wrigley drew it. Sorry, Savvy. Sorry, it was Wrigley. No, I'm just kidding. But I really like that. I think that the way this book is drawn fits the protagonist's personality, which I think it makes it even more cool. Now let's get to this story. This book is 24 pages unless I miscounted. And within these 24 pages, we have a backstory for the protagonist, a well-done character arc that fits the entire lesson of the story, the theme of the story, and evolves naturally throughout the book, and a satisfying resolution. I honestly really love the character arc for Wrigley in this book. It starts with her not being accepted for being a mutt, so she is trying to act like the other dogs so that people will accept her and she can find her own family. However, when that doesn't work, she realizes that what she really needs to do is be herself and find those who accept her for who she is. And through that, she finds her own family, and I think that is really sweet and a great message for kids. It's very straightforward and simple, and the plot of the story perfectly matches her arc, but I think for a children's book, this is great. This makes it so kids can see what's happening, understand how she's changing, but also there's interesting actions that follow this and match with what's going on internally. However, another thing is this book doesn't actually tell you what her arc is. It doesn't outright say, be yourself. It shows her being herself, and that's when she finds her family. But it doesn't go at the end of the book being like, you should be yourself, kids. If someone doesn't like you, they're bad, or they just don't get you. It's not like that, which I think is great because it respects kids' intelligence. One thing is, at the end of this book, it has discussion questions for kids. Some of them are more about dogs and shelters, but others are about Wrigley's internal situation, which can be related to humans and the children, which I think is great. It lets kids think, but also the questions don't have answers for the kids. The point is to have the kids think and their minds to work and come to their own conclusions, which again, this book respects kids' intelligence. One thing I said earlier is this book feels like it's an upper level picture book, and I do think it's true. First of all, I learned the word schnauzer from this. I knew what the dog was, I just didn't know how to read it, so I learned a word from this. But also, it has words like ridiculous in this. So even, or is it ridiculous? It has the word ridiculous or ridiculously in this, which that's a big word for a kid. However, I think by having one or two big words, that's a great way for kids to learn them by having them in the sentence. And I think that that's another thing that goes with how this book respects kids' intelligence. This isn't like Dr. Seuss. It's not that simple, but I think the context gives it to the child, and that tied with the lesson, you can see that this book is more about letting the kid learn and think for themselves as opposed to telling them what to think. I don't like books that tell me what to think, and I think this book is a great balance of having a clear, good message, but not telling the child. I keep saying that. So it's a good balance between making sure there is something for the kids to learn from, but allowing them to come to the conclusions themselves. And I honestly think Wrigley's internal struggle of being a mutt and trying to find where she fits in is something a lot of kids can relate to. Not only can kids relate to it if they're a more obvious example of being multiracial, but even a kid who's overweight, has glasses, someone who's being made fun of for something that they can't physically control can relate to this. A kid with acne could relate to this. Or a kid maybe whose personality is a bit weird, so they try to act like the other kids so they can fit in. And the lesson of this story is it doesn't matter what physically is different about you or even internally is different. What you need to do is embrace who you are. So Wrigley's goofy and she loves to dance and she's a little clumsy and she embraces that and finds her family. And the lesson is to kids, don't act like the other kids who are more popular or try to pass off as something you're not. Be yourself. And that is a great message that kids can relate to. I personally could relate to as a kid and an adult, but not as much because there's no one here to judge me. I'm literally alone in my room with no one else. Moving on, I think this is a great message that kids can relate to, written in a way that respects their intelligence. I'm going to move on because I keep repeating everything. So to summarize this book, it has a cool, unique art style that fits the protagonist's personality. It is a fun story that has a great message that kids can relate to. And finally, it donates 10% of all profits to actual dog shelters, which is awesome. So in conclusion, I would highly recommend this book for kids. I think this is a great book for children, not only because you're, again, helping actual dogs, but because you're teaching your kids great lessons. Honestly, this book, 5 stars. 5 stars, even though I had like the 3 nitpick critiques that literally no one else cares about except me. I really like this book. The writing is superb. I have no issues with it. But yeah, that's all I have to say for now about the book and Wrigley herself. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and review. Overall, I highly recommend this. I really like this, and I'm going to cuddle my dog and go snuggle, and I can't read the book. I already snuggled with her when reading it. What do I do now? Read it again? But yeah, anyway, that's all I have to say for now. I hope you like this review, and if you have any kids and are thinking about getting them this book, that would be awesome. If you read any of the other books in this series, I'd love to hear what you thought down below, or if you've read this one or have any thoughts on my review, leave them down below. I want to hear every single thing that goes through your mind. This is a children's book review, so maybe keep it PG just in case. No bad words in that comment section. This is for kids. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. And Wrigley, my new co-star. But yeah, I keep rambling. I'm gonna go now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Just wanted to show you, I put Wrigley here on display. The main thing I wanted to show you is this is the stuffed animal I made of my cat. Very much a lot more derpy than Wrigley. They could hang out and be friends, but this is a gift for my sister, so no. And here's the cat. Don't they look exactly alike? So similar. I even tried to make the spots on the arms match. Don't attack it, Domino. Spots on the arms match and feet. See, they're doppelgangers. Oh no! Domino, stop eating it! Ah! But yeah, maybe I should write him a book too, and 10% of the proceeds will go to barn cats. What would a barn cat do with money? I don't know, I'll just throw it at their face. Yeah, obviously my book series is not as well thought out as Savvy's. You should probably just go buy hers instead of my non-existent one that throws cash at cats. Yay. Okay, bye Domino, say bye-bye. Bye-bye.